Okay, so today is May 15th, 2016. And if my nerves will allow it, I will be attending the federal framework for Lyme disease strategy in Canada, which is because of Elizabeth May's bill for C442 that was passed. So there's people who have Lyme disease who are traveling from all over Canada to attend this event because it is huge, and we're hoping by coming in numbers and banding together and focusing on a positive and not finger pointing and placing blame, but educating the many doctors, members of government, and scientists that will be there, that we can have hope. All your stories are really touching us. Thank you for sharing them. My heart's going so fast. I used to work full-time, clean houses part-time, dance, hike, have a gym membership. In 2009, that all went away. I became bedridden and I felt utterly useless. My name is Heather King, and I was unknowingly bit by a tick and infected with Lyme disease and a plethora of co-infections in 2009 when I was doing a photo shoot at Bruce Pit, which is a dog walking park in Ottawa. Within 2 years, I doubled my body weight. My hands and joints would swell to the size of baseball mitts. I could no longer walk up a flight of stairs. I could no longer read a book. The worst was the reoccurring shingles once a month and the constant searing neck pain, as well as the heart palpitations, chest pain. I felt like I was losing brain cells. I felt myself growing stupid. The migrating joint pain was severe. I felt like I was losing my mind. I still do. The pain in my neck and back were so extreme I had to chop off my hair and cut the necks out of all my t-shirts and sweaters. It hurt too much to wear them. Every day I was terrified I was going to die. Imagine going through this for 7 years, living alone, no family, no neighbors. It took 3 years for a diagnosis. I got the first tier Canadian blood test done for Lyme, which was negative. The second tier came back ELISA reactive. My family doctor at the time said, "I don't know what this means," and threw it in my face. It was then I contacted Jim Wilson from CANLYME, and if it wasn't for him and the USA Lyme doctor I see, I wouldn't be here today. Jim Wilson described to me that ELISA reactive means positive. I got reinfected on March 23rd, 2014 when I did a photo shoot inside of a barn for a friend. I didn't think it through. Inside the barn are animals, manure, field mice. Ticks live on field mice. Got home, took off my winter gear to find what looked like a bullseye rash on my ankle. No one believed I could get Lyme in the winter, technically spring, but every symptom returned. Recently, I couldn't afford treatment in the USA, so I was forced to wean myself off my cocktail of antibiotics. 65% done in 3 months. After 3.5 years of being on long-term antibiotics, going off them was the worst mistake I ever made. Lyme started attacking my heart again, my joints, so many symptoms that were minimal or gone returned with a vengeance. Long-term antibiotic treatment may be viewed with the same stigma as chemotherapy is for cancer patients. In most cases, the patient survival rate is significantly improved, as is their quality of life versus the disease. I haven't been able to work since 2010. I've lost so many friends, and I have no family that was close enough or wants to contribute to my care. I have to rely on what little ODSP sends me, and their package is not yet tailored to cater to someone with chronic Lyme. What we need is obvious: educated, compassionate doctors, long-term antibiotics covered in Canada, awareness, better testing, for this to be listed as an actual disability. I find it incredibly odd that my chiropractor, my naturopath, massage therapist, eye doctor, pain doctor, gynecologist, and my dentist know more about Lyme disease and chronic Lyme disease than my half a dozen family doctors. I've gone through in every doctor I've seen at the emergency. These people, the above mentioned, have treated me with utmost respect, compassion, support, more than I can say. They treat me like a human being. One thing I'd like to mention also is Dr. Ernie Murakami. This man is a saint and has saved the lives of thousands suffering from this horrible disease. He dedicated his entire life to helping those with Lyme and still does to this day. I think they should end the disgrace and show this man the recognition and reinstate his license. Currently, I'm my 5th infectious disease doctor who says chronic Lyme doesn't exist. The last time I went to the hospital a couple months ago, I was told to get out and go to the USA for help. I'm wasting Canadian taxpayers' dollars. In closing, we need to end the stigma surrounding Lyme treatment in all stages and move forward towards total and comprehensive care, planning for all who battle this disease regardless of the stage they are at.